Hey, y'all. So I spent another day on this song 5, You Will Never Take My Love Away From Me. And it's much closer to where I'm happy with it. I did 2 tambourine parts, a clave. I did a cabasa and it sounded cool, but it was too hard to, I would have had to chop it up and destroy my elbow to get it locked in. But it was a cool sound for this song. But it was also too much. You got to know when to pull away. And I actually would have chopped it up. It wasn't super bad. I played it all the way through and it was pretty good. There was a few spots, but then I was like, man, do I really need this? And you got to, make some discerning decisions when you're making records. And less is almost always more. So I left out the cabasa. So I played clave, 2 tambourine parts. The second one only comes in on the last chorus. 3 shakers, but 2 of them were electronic shakers. And I played live shaker to mix in with it. And on the live shaker, I did a treated version with, I just EQ'd it and saturated it, and I put a flanger on it, kind of like an ADT, an automatic double tracking type flanger, and tastefully mixed it in with the mix knob. And then after I did that, I copied that track and did another one that was fairly straight. So there was 2 different sounds, and then offset one by, 10 to 20 milliseconds. I'm not really sure exactly. I just did it by ear so that they were slightly off, but the sounds were working together because they were treated differently. So 3 shakers, including 2 electronic ones, clave, tambourine, and I think that was it for the percussion. Then I did an acoustic bass part with a virtual instrument, a virtual bass, and I liked it. But then I said, oh, well, what if I copy the MIDI information and put a different bass sound on another track and treat one as if it was the neck and the other one was the body? That worked out really well. So anyway, I'll let you hear it. I think I kept the organ. There was a weird string part that I got that we had some MIDI of. I redid the MIDI, added and subtracted to that. It only comes in on the last chorus. It's more of a textural, weird string part, but it's cool. It's cool when it comes in just the second last chorus. So it's a double chorus at the end. So it comes on the second of the double choruses. Oh, and there was a percussion thing that I had before that I tweaked that was done with MIDI, but it was 2 different sounds. So I split them up, and that only comes in at the end of the bridge into the last chorus. It's kind of like a kind of a chimey thing, and then it goes into a conga part. That's really tasty. And in the first video I made, I mentioned, I think, that there's 3 acoustic guitars. However, I got the flavor of them wrong. So there's a finger-picked acoustic that is capoed at the 4th fret. There's a capo 2nd fret rhythm part, and then there's an open E. So there's 3 acoustic guitar parts. It's hard to tell, not only because of the camera mic, but because they're very tastefully, if I do say so myself, tucked in. You mostly hear the finger picked, which is what I want, and then pan the 2nd fret and the open E off of each other. So that worked out great. And then there's 2 electric guitar parts, so kind of a chimey, twangy part, and then a lead kind of lower with a little more grit playing, kind of like riffs. And that's it. So anyway, enough of the jibber jabber. Let me let you hear it. So this will be song 5, stage 2. Now, the next thing will be the vocal. I will do the vocal tomorrow and then make a video for you of that. And then I think I'm done. So I guess I'll have to go back and finish song 4, which is the one with all the weird noises, and then move ahead to song 6. Woohoo! All right, we're cranking. But come on, it's going to slow down at some point because, like I said, I am going to play some shows in June and July. I know it's only February, but I also have some other responsibilities. I'm putting together the next project for the London Experimental Ensemble, and that's taking some negotiation with outside people, which is great. It's great because they're cooperating and they're into it. But I have to put some time into that and some other things. So, and I have to practice. I have to get ready for these shows. Honestly, I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm playing shows in June, I got to start practicing in February. That said, I will move on to song 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 as it occurs. And I still think I'll be done with the whole album by maybe, unless something happens by September. Could be by August, but definitely let's be conservative and say September. And I now know what all 10 songs are, so that's cool. And I just got to find some lyrics. Oh, speaking of lyrics, this is a lesson to be learned because song 4, I found the lyric that I wanted for that song, and we'll talk about this when I go back to that. But just real quickly, I started writing some new lyrics that I didn't realize were connected to those. So this is why it's important to be organized and keep all your lyrics in one place. I put them in Google Docs and whatever, and also I back them up in Dropbox. But save your lyrics, organize them, put titles on them, put dates on them. Because what happened with me is I started writing this other lyric and I'm like, oh, wait. When I found the lyric for song 4, I'm like, oh my God, this pertains to that perfectly. Yeah. So organize, because the way I work, my thoughts are pretty consistent until I finish an idea. So I'm not going to let go of that. And it's going to be somewhere in the recesses of my brain. And if I have a record of everything somewhere, and then I can look through them and go, oh, it's just really useful and valuable. So without further ado, here we go. Times they try to bring us down. The world is cruel and will toss you around. For as long as I breathe, I will stand my ground to hold on to the truest love I found. I have powers you can see. If you're jealous, I know why. You can't take my love away from me. Well, the journey So there you have it. And I should mention that, with the 3 shakers, it took me hours to figure out where certain ones go. Like the one I played felt really good, but it was better when it came in the choruses and then from the bridge out. There's also an atmospheric guitar that I forgot to mention. And it's just, it's getting there. I'm pretty happy about this one. Obviously, I was editing bass last because that's loudest. So, vocals next. Let me know what you think. Thanks.